I got my
We gather round for the halftime chat. Old friends cracking jokes and talking stats. From life's little games to the greatest plays. Love and the stories from the old glory days. With Phillies heart and coach's cheer, we break it down every moment, dear. Life is a team and we've got the plan. Sports, love, and laughter, that's who we am.
What's going on, everyone? Don't know what happened at halftime. He was just here. But welcome to another episode of the Halftime Coaching Adjustment Show. I'm Coach Ed, and just waiting for my brother from another mother, Halftime, to tap back in. Two old farts here to just talk about sports, life, love, whatever, when it comes
Sorry,
to
everybody. I don't know what happened, man.
Hey, man, it happens. So, it's not a big issue. So
I touched something. I was all good, but I touched something and it didn't work out good.
At least you didn't touch yourself.
There you go.
So, but we appreciate everyone for being here, rocking with us for episode 42 of the Halftime Coaching Adjustment Show. Thank you guys for the continued support. Appreciate everyone. So, y'all know the routine as we get into everything. Make sure y'all hit that like button, sub up if you haven't already done so, and get notified. So when we put out new content, you know what's out there. And make sure y'all hit the comments. You're a part of this. So you're part of the family. Let us know what you're thinking. Appreciate everyone. So again, but halftime, how you doing, bro?
Just pushing through. Now how it goes.
Yeah, I know you were saying it when we were going on your back, so I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
Back, my hip. Remember that song, Coach? I'm gonna put my hand on your hip, your hip. Now I'm over here like, oh my God, my hip. I got my hand on my own damn hip.
I know
I'm
that
gonna need one of
one.
them.
I know the song "My Neck, My Back." I ain't gonna say the rest of it, but
Yup.
yeah. But now I feel you, bro. I feel the same way sometimes. So, but really excited to get into today's show. So hope you all are ready to rock and roll with us. Just posting this on Twitter too. So, and let's see, you already got somebody in the chat. What's up, Arcool? So much negativity going on online. Man, there's negativity everywhere. So, what did Jay say?
R2 is negativity.
Yeah, what did Jay-Z say? Just brush that off your shoulder. That's it, man.
Brush it off your shoulder, let it go.
Yeah, sometimes you can't let it get to you. So, with Philly halftime and the coach. So there we go. Got it on Twitter. So, bam. Come on. See, this is technology for you. I got the computer, got the TV on, I got my phone. Man, I'm all over the place, man. So, but yeah, so much negativity. What's up, Charles? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for always tapping in. Yeah, if them subs is free, man. It helps us. Hey, it's free for you. You know what they're saying. If it's free, it's for me. So appreciate all the support, family complaining, even though the team is in first place. I mean, cool. I mean, when the Yankees are in first place, we complain. So I get you. I understand. So, that's just the reality of life. And, in this day and age, and there's always something to complain about. So, but
Everybody complains about something.
yeah, thank you, man. This is powerful.
Oh,
So
indeed.
it's not been perfect, but they finding ways to stay afloat. Yeah, there you go. Look, you can win the championship and probably people will still complain. So, but but let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, that's what I forgot. I know I was forgetting something. I was forgetting the music. I said I was going to put on some music. So, and there we go. All right. So, first topic for today. Got a little graphic here for us too. Can the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line stabilize the offense under a new offensive coordinator? What's your thoughts, halftime? Do you think you guys offensive line will be able to help your offense, especially when you first start down and everyone's trying to get acclimated?
Well, we got a new offensive line coach. We have a new offensive coordinator. We have two guys on the offensive line that want to retire. Lane Johnson's talking retirement. And I think it's Dickerson was talking about retiring. But they got their rings. They want to retire, and they're like, and now I'm hearing that the new offensive coordinator, the scheme that he's calling, some of these offensive people are complaining about it. Lemon said it, but there's other guys behind him saying that it's too busybody. You got too much shit going on. And I mean, everybody's like, oh, well, that's just a rookie Lemon saying it. No, other people are saying it too. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, sorry to hear that.
Lemon, everybody goes, oh, well, he's just a rookie, For a minute there, you said he was better than A.J. Brown. You know what I mean? They're like, don't worry about A.J. Brown no more. Halftime, we got Lemon. He's going to be just as good. He's the number one wide receiver. That's what they were saying to me, Now, all of a sudden, Lemon said this. Oh, he's a rookie. They make their excuses. I told you it's coming. And like I said.
Yeah, I get it.
That's why I said it's going to be, we're going to drop down. Where everybody, the Giants, Dallas, are going to be closer to us because we lost a lot.
Here's the one thing.
Our guys are getting older.
I get that, but there's one thing in all my years of experience, and I didn't know he was part of the Masked Singer, Jordan Mailata. Okay. But here's the thing. The Eagles find themselves in a spot most NFL teams dream of. All the starters on the offensive line return for another year. Not only that, but all 5 projected starters were drafted by the Eagles. Continuity on the offensive line is one of the biggest things, one of the biggest keys to success. I can tell you from experience, when you have an offensive line that has been together for years, you're drafted, you're in the program. Yes, I understand you have a new offensive line, but that's why I posed this question. When you have an offensive line that's together, they literally know what the others are thinking, and and when you line up and you look at the defense, you all see the same thing right off the bat. You're trained together, you work together. That also helps the skill guys to feel comfortable in going out there to do their job. You
just lost your offensive line coach.
But you have
that has these guys set up a certain way. Now you have a new guy, and they're going to go to him and say, hey, well, this is what's happening. Now you're a coach. So the player is going to go up to you and say, well, this is what's happening. This is what we got to do. And in his mind, he'll be like, no, just do it my way.
Well, yes,
and that's a butt of a heads. They're going to say no because you're wrong. Or, you know what I mean? You don't know that for a fact. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes that happens.
Yes, you're right. It does happen like that, but
And it
that's
happens
why.
that fast, too,
But
in the game.
this is a veteran group. So any smart coach. Now I don't know the offensive line coach, so and you're right. He could be very egotistical, and it's all about him and his way and the highway. And I get it.
Yes.
But if you're a smart coach, you go to your players and you talk to them, and you find out how did they do things because it was successful. So you
Right.
don't want to you don't want to change it. You may want to tweak a few things. I get that. Every coach wants to tweak certain things,
Because if they
but
want it their way, they want to make it theirs.
yes, you want to make it
They don't
theirs.
want to run the same process that they've been working with.
If
They
it's
want to,
if it's
he
broke,
wants to change it his way.
it ain't broke. So it's
Could it be
going to be
good?
hard.
Could it be bad?
No, you're
I
right.
don't know.
You're right. I was just saying in terms of what you're like for example, if I was the offered the job and I took the job, I'm not coming in here trying to change a lot of things. I'm going to tweak little things. I'm going to look at your techniques and
Right.
see what I can help you out there. But you know what? What do you guys see when you come up to the line of scrimmage and this is the call? We identified this is the mic, and we have a run going this way. What are you guys trying to do? What did you do in the past? I'm going to talk to the new OC. What is he looking for? I'm going to talk to the head coach. Here's the other thing. I'm also going to talk to the defensive coordinator to find out what did you guys do? What did they do last year against you in practice
Right.
that you felt was that caused you a lot of problems? Because I'm trying to get all the information. So yes, that's why I say continuity is a big thing. And that's why to you, a lot of teams, like you talk about the Giants. Yeah, the Giants have new pieces here or there. They're not bringing back the same 5 starters. Now they got 4, but there's one that's a rookie, so that still takes time to develop. Dallas, Washington. When you bring in one new player on the offensive line, changes everything, and it takes time. That's
And
why
now
I say
you got a offensive line coach, a new offensive coordinator.
Mhm.
I mean, it changes a lot. And that's what I've been trying to beat down to everybody. It ain't going to be the same team that you've been keeps on seeing because they're going to change things.
Okay, God.
And once again, shame on me, for believing you got an offensive coordinator that never called a play once. Shame on me twice. The third time, give me a fucking break.
Well, let me ask you this, because you're saying change, and I guess what I'm looking at is simple adjustments, because change means I'm totally taking out the whole philosophy. Period. Case closed. And I don't think you can do that. I don't even think your head coach would allow a new offensive line. You're going to explain to him, look, put your twist on things, yes, but don't come in here changing the whole system. Because you also have, like you said, you have a new coordinator, so he is going to put his tweaks on it. But there's going to be a lot of things that are still going to be the same. So, what did he say? Oh, serious. Oh man. Charles, that's wow. Update from Nassau, Bahamas. On yesterday's, a plane crashed in North Andros, one of our islands. Man, that's sad. Sorry to hear that, man.
Praise.
Thoughts and prayers.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
I mean, never want to see or hear anything like that, man. Especially in down in the Bahamas,
Right.
place like that. So but again, my thoughts and prayers are with you all. So. You losing to the Mets on Thursday. 6 of the persons from a local band. Oh wow, yeah. I'm praying for you, bro. I hope I hope you you get through it, man. So, so and their families, man. So, but it is tough, man.
That's a tough one, Charles.
Yeah, definitely. So, and again, like I said, our thoughts and prayers. Hopefully, everybody watching can send up some prayers. And We're there. Thanks, Mr. Philly Halftime and Mrs. Halftime Coach. You're welcome, man. And, we're still family. Whether directly or indirectly, we're family. So, we're
Always
supporting.
here.
Yeah, definitely. So, you guys are here for us. So,
Yep.
we're here for you. So, but back to the Eagles. But I do understand where you're coming from, and I understand the concerns. But when you have a offensive line that's still intact, their ability to pick up the new information, it's not going to be as drastic as some may think, even with a new coordinator and a new offensive line coach. And don't get me wrong, that has an impact. Yes, it does. But you have the five guys who go out there on the field, and they're the ones that produce. The coach can coach and give you information, but it's still the players, and they're going to go out there, and that's why I think you guys have a great.
Yeah, but even if the players are disagreeing with the offensive coordinator, not like in the plays, that could be a problem. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, I go listen to this and do my job, but we should be doing this play, not that play.
Well, I guess what I'm getting at is because really, to be honest with you, all the plays are the same throughout the league. Power is power.
Yes. Yes.
Zone.
They might have it named differently, but terminology it's all the same.
It's all the same. So that's why I say, and you have five guys they've been to war together. So it's not like you're getting in a new guy. So that helps in the adjustment. So that's why I said, can the offensive line help stabilize during this transition? And I think for you guys, you're in a good position because you do have the offensive line that can help stabilize what you guys want to do. I mean,
they're still good and healthy.
Yes.
They just might want to retire, but they're still good and healthy. They wouldn't want to retire because they're feeling old. That's all.
And
but, I'm a guy that beats a dead horse, I guess you could say, on this, because shame on me once, shame on me twice. Fuck the third time. You ain't hitting me.
I get you.
Give me a guy that never called a play before.
No, I got.
And I got a quarterback that don't know how to call an audible.
Here's another thing that helps you guys. Next to Malata is Dickerson, and the two are so close on and off the field that Dickerson was the best man that Malata was Dickerson's best man at his wedding. Yeah, now, that's something that you just don't.
That's a bond. That's a touch.
Yeah. So that's why it's like when I was reading it, I'm like, wow, that's something.
Yeah, but Dickerson's got to stay healthy.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
He don't stay healthy.
Now, it says in the mix where I wanted to get, you have veteran Fred Johnson, who's in his fourth year with the Eagles, ninth year in the league. He's a rotational tackle. You also, in the fifth round, you selected Drew Kendall. He's an interior offensive lineman who saw the field as a rookie, playing in 7 games, starting at 1 at center. So he's still coming into his second year. He wasn't the only offensive lineman. You also had picked up Michigan's Miles Hinton, who I know was good. The tackle spent the true on the injury. The 6'7" does have the experience with some Eagles teammate protecting quarterback McKee when the two were at Stanford. And the third offensive lineman to be drafted was Cam Williams out of Texas. Like Hinton, the tackle started 2025 on injury reserve, but was active for 18 against the Commanders, playing 51 snaps. So they look to separate themselves. And then my boy, Alan Pierce, is another second-year tackle looking to make the roster, spending the time on the practice squad. The point I'm making is you guys have Willie Lampkin. Would you guys claim Willie Lampkin, another guy who played at Rutgers, even though sparingly. So,
Yeah.
you guys, you gotta get talent, and you have
Right.
the veteran leadership there that's going to help you guys during the transition. So, and look, you're going through a lot of coordinators, but you guys are still up there tops in the league.
Yes.
That's why I say with the offensive line, it's key. It's going to help you in the transition because as long as they do their job, guess what? Your running backs will be able to run the ball.
Yeah, they're going to run. They're going to.
Quarterback,
I think Barkley's going to have a good year this year.
yes, and then your
And we
quarterback.
have
Look,
Tank Bigsby, and I think he's going to have a good year.
you got Bigsby. You'll be able to use your tight ends. You'll be able to look. I understand there's a change of wide receiver, but it's not to the point where you're losing everyone. Yes, you're losing a very important and key player. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
But you still have other players who are going to produce. So
right, but now AJ Brown got double teamed all the time. Sometimes, yeah, they got 3 guys on him, spying on him like up top or something. Now they don't have to. Teams don't have to do that. They don't have to double team nobody.
But you can use that to your advantage, Halfto. And here's why. You knew that you had to have multiple eyes. You knew you can roll coverage wherever Brown was. You would roll to him. Now
Right.
you could say Smitty may be your primary, but then
Yes.
again, you may spread. This is the other thing. You can now spread a defense out a little bit more, and you can open up cracks in their defense because defenses have a tendency of trying to roll and take away your number one as much as possible.
So now they're going to double. Now they'll take away Smitty.
Well, doesn't Smitty he's not going to always be on the outside. He can move around. And that's the hard thing to do when someone is moving around, whether he's in the slot, whether he's a motion guy, whether he is on the line, because now and that's why I was saying, and it opens up opens up the defense because now guess what? You could use a tight end as a big body guy to replace Brown, and you can do that right in the seams sometimes, right in the slot to the seams, which now, okay, the defense, how do you call it? So that's why when I go back to my initial point with the offensive line, if your offensive line is open up the lanes and you guys, like you said, Saquon, you're hoping and expecting him to have a good season.
Right.
Now that opens up play action with your passing game because you took Brown out of the equation. Which now, as a defensive coordinator, it's like, okay, now I got it. And you have a new offensive coordinator, so I can't pick up on his tendencies right away.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get it, but that's the thing.
Questions. I mean, shoot, if I got a guy that knows how to call plays, that's a different story.
No, I get you. It's a double-edged sword.
When you got guys that don't know how to call play, you're like, how the fuck do you keep on trying to run up the middle when you should be running on the side? Because that's when Barkley freaking takes off.
And what happens if this is a very smart guy and he's the missing piece that you guys have been wanting, and now he comes in and then he puts the puzzle together, and now you're out here balling. Then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, he's the greatest gift to the game of football. No,
not me. Hey,
look,
listen,
let me tell you something.
I never turn my freaking wings, buddy. I keep it one way. We'll see.
No, I get it.
It's like a we'll see.
You want to wait and see.
I gotta wait and see. I just gotta wait and see. These are the questions marks I have for the Eagles.
No, and that's
it ain't
there.
The players. It ain't the players.
Mm-hmm.
It's an offensive line coach. It's it's a freaking shoot. They're talking about if we don't make it to the playoffs, Nick Sirianni gets fired. They're talking about Jalen Hurts not getting re-signed because the Eagles don't want him no more.
I get it, bro.
These are the talks. It ain't just me just rambling.
No. I get it. I get what you're saying. But I'll say this: as a Giants fan, I would switch with you in a heartbeat. Why? Because you have continuity. Everything that you're complaining about, I would love to have right now. I would love to have it because why? We have a new coach coming in. We have a whole lot of things. Just like you have questions, we have
You
questions.
gotta have
So,
questions. I mean, even
so,
though you got a good head coach and
mhm.
all, you still have to have questions. Like, is your running back going to be healthy this year? Is your when's your wide receiver back?
Exactly.
How you
Exactly.
get wide receiver? What you know what I mean? Your wide receiver's hurt, and when's he going to be back here? But who's going to be helping him?
And
You guys got a
that
lot of questions too.
that's
Dallas
the
got a
point.
lot of questions. Every
Everyone but
team has questions.
questions, exactly. But what the point is, your questions are a little bit are a lot less than what the Giants
Right,
have. So
right.
I will say that.
Mine
So
is just doing, hey, fool me once, fool me twice.
no, I
You
get
ain't
it. I
fooling
get
this
it.
guy 3 times.
I get it. I get it. And talking about the Giants, the question I have, oops, oops, what the hell, Edward? Show.
I
This
think
is
that
supposed to be
linebacker for you guys is going to
which
be a beast.
the new additions are positioned to play the biggest roles. And for the Giants, you have two linebackers. You have Edmonds, who came over from Chicago, and you have Arvell Reese, who the Giants drafted in the first round.
I think
You know,
he's going to be a beast.
but here's the other one. You know, you have other key pieces, Falele, which many Giants fans are not, but he's a big mamma jam on that offensive line. And you have Likely as the tight end, who's the flex tight end who can help, allows you to run two tight end sets, can help in the run game. But you also have a new head coach. That's why I say, who will impact the Giants overall? Um, who can have the biggest impact? And to start with me, it's going to be the coach. It's going to be the coach.
Has to
Because
be.
when I look at last year, with and here's the thing though. Last year, the Giants lost a lot of single digit games.
Right.
They lost a lot of but if you
Yeah.
had John R. Harbaugh, you at least win half of those, if not the vast majority of them. So to me, he has the biggest impact. Now the players on the field, they have to produce, and you're right. Arvell Reese, he's young. You have Mali Anoa on the offensive line, another first rounder. So we have a lot of young talent. Edmonds, he can help guide Reese because they're literally identical in terms of build, athleticism. So he can help him, and he's experienced. And look, Edmonds is also young too. So he's only I think he's 29. So it's not like he's a 30 plus guy.
Yeah, he's not old
So
by no means.
but the biggest impact for me will be the head coach to start.
Right.
So
Well, that's because you got a new coach and you had the players, but they had to believe in his philosophy. And the coach has to believe in the player.
Exactly.
And this day, these kids, these young guys now playing football, has a mouth on them. Oh, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. To these coaches, some of these coaches, Harbaugh is a good coach, and he has to have faith in his team, his players, and they have to trust him. Just like the Eagles they got to trust their offensive coordinator. Got to trust them. It's the same situation.
No, you're right. But it's to me, that's also the beauty of the game. When you have new situations like that, there's that energy. I get where you're coming from because you've been through it so many times. So it's different from the Giants where Harbaugh's coming in brand new. You've gone through coordinators multiple times over and over.
Over and
Jalen
over and
Hurts,
over again.
from college to the pros, always has a new offensive coordinator. So yes, I get it. I get the apprehension coming from your.
It's a difference, but yours a little bit better.
Yeah, you say mine is better. You would want to be where the Giants is right now.
Your coach is better.
Yes, okay.
Your coach is better.
I get you. So, but yeah, no, I mean that's the beauty of this whole thing, and like you said, you said the Giants you think will come in second in the division.
Yeah,
So,
I think you guys are beating Dallas.
So with that, and that's what I'm hoping. Look, most of the prognosticators are actually picking Dallas. And I've seen many who have put the Giants. I know many.
Did Dallas get probably the best player in the draft? Yes. But, I mean, that's my opinion. But I still think the way that the Giants are handling things from outside looking in, I think you guys are really going to be better than Dallas. I think Dallas, because of Dak Prescott, and, they're going to be, they got the same coach. They got Dak Prescott is still the same quarterback. They're going to run, they're going to still have the same issues over and over and over again. They don't want to really change that much because they're looking at like, hey, we're almost there. And they think they can do it with the same team. And you got to make those. They should have made them big. Wide receiver, but
the right now I will say this in terms of the wide receiver room, with Mooney,
neighbors, right? Is it,
yeah, neighbors
is hurt.
reports, with neighbors, some say he can be at the start of the season. Some saying week 5 or week 6. We don't know.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard week 6 or week 5, and if that's the case, that's an issue for you.
It can be, but again, if here's the thing: if you play complementary football and you get the run game going,
yes,
and you can play sound defense. Now, look, I'm not saying we are bereft for wide receivers. I mean, Mooney, Alston. Don't forget, you have Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, you have Odell Beckham Jr. They're fighting for a spot. Slayton, I get it. Slayton has the issues with the dropsies, but if he's focused and he's producing, he's still he's still a good third type of receiver. And then we have Fields, the rookie, who's roughly about 6'5", who's a big body type of guy. And here's the other thing: he's probably our best blocking receiver because he likes to block. And then there's the other thing with the Giants. Like, this is the thing that I'm intrigued. You can go Likely and you can go Theo Johnson and play double 2 tight ends, and you can even flex Likely out to make him a third wide receiver in the passing game. So it's like, that's why I'm like, okay, well, everyone's going, oh, we don't have wide receivers. Whoa. Understand offense. Let's see what they're going to do. And then look, here's another thing. You got Patrick Ricard. Don't forget the big summer gun was the fullback in Baltimore, 6'3", 300 pounds, and plays fullback. Right. And he plays a fullback and a tight end type of a deal. And he could sometimes sneak out and catch the ball into the flat and surprise you. But his biggest thing is opening up the holes in the running game, or if you bring him in a passing situation to help protect the quarterback, because he's like a 6 offensive lineman. So I'm like, let's roll it back. Let's see. I'm not ready to, go into doom is gloom. I'm also not saying the Giants are going to the Super Bowl either. I'm like, I want to see, just like you.
None of us are going to the Super Bowl. I'm saying our division, I was saying our division is real close. And I always said this year, it's a one-game pony. It will be one game that decides who's going to be in first place. It's going to be the Eagles or the Giants. It's going to be like Dallas is going to be one game away from being in second place. I think it's going to just be so close. But I think Commanders need a little help, but because I don't trust nobody can stay healthy on the Commanders. So
but that's any team. See, I get injuries
right now. On the Giants, everybody can fall down. Everybody can fall down on the Eagles.
I mean, injuries are football is a brutal sport. It's part of the game. That's why yes, I understand you want to factor in injury history and all of that, but the level some fans go to when it comes to injuries, like it's doom is gloom. Hello.
Well, it's the next man up mentality.
Yes, man.
Look at the Eagles. Next man up. Howie Roseman got us built where, all right, if that guy's hurt, the next guys could be starting on a different team. You know what I mean? If you want to look at offensive line, if you want to look at running backs, wherever you want to look, even wide receivers, they're like, oh, well, you guys are stacked. That's how Howie Roseman set it up. Problem is the coaches, can these coaches get these guys and get them in a winning way? And just like, the Giants, just like Dallas, like them all. Yeah.
Arco, I will tell you this. If your defense, because you have some talent there on Dallas, we know what they have on the offensive side of the ball. If their defense,
the best freaking guy in the draft.
I disagree. I think the Giants get. I'm not saying. You said the best.
I thought he was the best. I thought he was the best.
To me, it was Reese. It was always Reese. Initially, I thought Reese was going as high as 2. Like when I did my preview of the guys that I wanted for the Giants, Reese was one of the ones. But I thought it was going to be who went to the Redskins. I thought that's who we were going to take. But when Reese dropped, I'm like, no, take him. You got to take him because of what he brings, not just his versatility, the way that he plays. And I'm not saying Banks is not a good player. He's a hell of a player. He definitely is. But the problem is, and it's not that I'm discrediting his position, because you can play him down into the box as well as playing him back. But it's more of 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to use him more on the back end to help your defense, where Reese is right in the middle of it. He can help in the run game and he can help in the pass game because he's at the second level. So, but again, that was my personal opinion.
It's 2 different opinions. That's okay.
No, I agree. And like I said, Banks is a hell of a player, man. And
I thought he was like I like him a lot. That's all.
Star Wars says Eagles will be 1-16.
Oh my God, Star Wars. Star Wars, that'll never happen again. It has happened, Star Wars, but
Yeah,
it'll never happen
yeah.
again. It was only 1-14, I believe, or 1-13.
No, that was Kotite. Richie Kotite was your
Yeah,
head
that
coach, I
was with
believe.
Kotite.
Yeah,
That'll
so
never happen again. That was like a blackout season.
that was
I
in
ain't
the
got to
80s,
watch
right?
one goddamn game.
That was the 80s, right? Yeah, that
Yeah,
was in the 80s.
yeah.
Because he came from the Jets to you
He
guys.
went to
Yeah,
the Jets, came here, and then went back to the Jets.
yeah, and yeah. All right, cool. That's my point. If you're top 15, 16ish with that offense, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to
Yep.
be tough, So, and that to me, that's the beauty of this game. That's why I love it. I'll always get. I know I get hate, and I'm biased with it, but football is the best team sport ever. It is the
Yes.
ultimate
It's a
team
team
sport.
sport. Not just
So,
one person wins it and
nope,
not one person just loses it.
nope. Nope. There's always that misconception of, the quarterback, but shout out to my man, Big Pat. He said it best when he articulated this. The quarterback position is the most dependent position in all of sports, and it is. The quarterback is dependent on the offensive line. It is dependent on the running backs. It's dependent on the tight ends and receivers. It's dependent on the defense. Very few quarterbacks can go out there and be, you know, Lamar Jackson in a sense, or a Josh Allen, or run all over the field and create,
Right.
or a Michael Vick back in the day. Most quarterbacks got to stand there, get the ball to the playmakers, and let the playmakers go do their thing. So, point being is every position, even on the offensive line, you need every last one of those offensive line to play together.
Yeah,
If
they
one
gotta
guy
hold up.
breaks
Gotta
down,
hold up or they're getting somebody's getting
yeah,
sacked.
it helps. So that's why football to me is the ultimate team sport. It's
Right.
not like basketball. So, look, say what you want. You get a Michael Jordan or, guys like that. Sometimes they can take over the game and win it.
Right.
Same thing in baseball. You can have a pitcher who can just shut an offense down and
Shut
just,
everybody down.
yeah. But football, you still need everybody to do their job. So,
Yep.
that's why to me it's the ultimate team sport and the best team sport that's out there. So,
That's why it's the
but
most exciting sport.
yes, yes, yes. So,
I
but
mean, baseball, you'd like some people just can't stand baseball because they're, oh my God, it takes too long. And it's so, you got to love defense if you want to watch baseball.
mm-hmm,
You know
mm-hmm,
what I mean?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Basketball, there's no defense anymore. They're just, oh, look at that guy shoot. Oh, look at that guy shoot.
Exactly, exactly. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and move on, and we're gonna talk a little bit of basketball. So far, summer league just started. Um, and it's an exciting time right now with the season that just closed, but the draft and what's going on right now out there. You have what's his name, Phylon with Philly. You have Jack Cahill for the Knicks, who they drafted in the second round because they didn't have a first rounder coming over from Germany. So we weren't even expecting him to be on the summer league squad, and they just his international team, because he's going to be a stash player, and his international team said where he finished with 18 points on 6 of 19 shooting with 7 assists in your win. But he's a facilitator, and he's coming off the bench. He's giving you offensive production off of the bench. That's the biggest thing. So I mean, and like they said, he showed a mixture of everything. He was able to get off to a hot start with elite ball handling, creating opportunities for him to score the ball. He knocked down 3 triples and was able to find a rhythm rather than the opposite for the Pistons rookie. So
you can do some
right there, that tells me everything you need to know. Yes.
So you can do.
So
you
right
can
now,
I'm good if you can play defense.
Yes.
If he knows how to play defense.
But here's the thing: he can get you, but halftime he gets you offensive points off of the bench.
Right.
He gets you offensive points off of the bench. He's someone who can back up Maxey. Yes, he's a rookie. He has to learn the game. He has to develop. But you have veterans around him. And here's the other thing: at times you can play him with Maxey. You can play him with Edgecombe. Right. You can put him in with the vets. You can sometimes put Brown. You can put Jaylen Brown with the second unit. To help him with some with the offense. And he grows and he develops, and teams are going to keep keying on him. But he's shown he can put the ball in the basket. That's the biggest thing. And that's why,
as long as he can play defense,
yes,
I'm good with it.
Look, you don't need him to be a lockdown. You just need him to be serviceable, on the defensive end, and not allow, and not to be someone who teams target and isolate, and he can't hold his own. He's gonna get beat sometimes.
So that kind of hurt us.
Yeah, but you guys picked up other things, other players. Right. Where was the other man? Being able to do little things in part, especially for me coming to this team, being able to take pressure off the other guards and being able to find other guys. This is what I was looking for. I feel like that's one of the most important things. And once you get going, guys starting to step up and create opportunities for your teammates. So being able to be unselfish and share the ball, I feel that's a great skill for a guard. And that's what you need on your second unit. That's what you need. You need a facilitator, because now, guess what that does? That takes minutes off of Maxey. You now can put that on him, and you save Maxey for the playoffs. You're not wearing him down.
You don't have to wear Maxey out no more. Maxey, what is he doing? 40 minutes or something?
Yes.
So Maxey don't have to be burnt out.
And that's the thing. When I saw that, and every some Sixers fans were talking about it, and I looked at him like, oh, the kid can play. When Mitch said it, I was just like, yeah, the kid can play. Okay, so he's going to be good. Yes, he's not going to be the key player right now. He's got to learn and develop. But by the end of the year, what you want to see by the end of the year. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to be a Dylan Harper, but if he can start being in that mold, and he can give you something like that, you wouldn't take that?
No, you would have. You're going to take that, but I mean, can he do it though?
No, I get you. I mean,
you got. I mean, like that's be like the hope that he could do that at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the year, if you could see something like that, but. Is he that? Is he gonna be that?
What's up, Carlton? Thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you. Again, everyone, thanks for being here. Appreciate everyone for being here. Make sure you guys hit that like button for my man Halftime, for me, Coach Ed, for the Hardcore Sports Network, the Aboriginal Sports Network. All that information is in the description. If you're on X, give us a little heart. If you're on Facebook, give us a thumbs up, man. It helps. Hey, it's free, man. If it's free, it's for me. If you did that and you can get free money, I think you guys would be blowing us up. Ding, 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 give me my free money. Well, guess what? It helps us anyway. So just help us out. Hook a brother up. But next I want to talk about is K-Yill. I hope I said his name right. Now, he wasn't expected to be here for the Knicks. Like I said, he was expected to be a stash player. And now he's coming in. Now, look, on one side, he's going to take opportunities away from other players. But he's not going to take away from key players that we were looking for. Diawara, Dadier, who were on the roster last year and won a championship, and Tyler Nickel, who we drafted after KL. KL is more the point guard. Nickel is a wing, but he's a 3-point shooter. I will say this: yesterday, that's all everyone kept saying about Nickel. He was killing them with threes. He hit 6 threes yesterday. I think he was 6 for 11 overall, but 6 for 10 from 3-point line. So he was 60% from the 3-point area. Now, KO didn't play. Like I said, he just came in, but he's taking opportunities from other guys who were trying to show their wares to get into the league. So, but KO, where was it? He's not taking away from Dadier, Diawara, Nickel. While all 4 have room to grow this summer. Where was
He's gonna be deep in the bench, right?
this guy right here? He's going to be overseas. I mean, if you look at his numbers, now this is over in Germany. Right. He's pretty much averaging about 22 points, roughly about about 6, maybe 5 or 6 rebounds, giving you about 3.5 assists. So he's productive. Now, if he comes here, he's not going to be, asked to do a lot, but, he could be a reason why we ship out Kolek, because that's the thing. Now, he's also, here it is, Jaden Atkins, who was among the most highly anticipated players outside of the aforementioned names, will take the biggest hit. The 6'4" guard who averaged 14.7 points, 4 rebounds in the G League. He would have been the lead guard if KO remained out, but that changed. And that's what I wanted to talk about right there. So, because one of the things the Knicks are looking for is a center. So we may have to, and we have an abundance of guards. So if we shift out a guard, we need somebody to replace him. So, you heard some things about Nickel. So I know he's from West Virginia, but he's a 3-point demon. So he and all the clips I saw, quick release. He's 6'7", so he's tall, he's lanky, but he has a good release and he moves well with the ball. You can set him up for screens. He has to work on his handling, but he's a shooter, and that's something the Knicks.
You saying he needs to get to the gym?
Yeah, he needs to get
and put some muscle on.
Yeah,
you can't say lanky. Come on now.
Carlton. That's what I'm talking about. Nickel. His name is Nickel. And he was in Vanderbilt. Yes, this is the kid I'm talking about. So, if you go look him up, Nickel is the kid who I'm talking about, and he can play. And now he's going to be deep on the bench. He's going to develop. But, what it also does is sets up for the future where when certain guys who are making money are gone or you trade certain guys, he's going to get the opportunity. And the Knicks have been doing a good job. And that's some of the things that I'm looking for. And I know they play later today, so I'm going to be trying to keep tabs on that. But I'm liking what I'm hearing. I love the highlights that I saw of him. Now, Diawara, who, I love, he had a bad game yesterday. But you know what? It's Summer League. I'm expecting him to probably play 1 more, maybe 2 more games and then shut him down. You don't want to cause any injury. Yeah, Kolek is nice. But you know what? If you have what's his name? Kayil, sorry, Kayil. If he can develop into a facilitator, then you know what, you can afford to let Kolek go and use him as trade bait, because the Knicks also want 1 more center. That's the biggest thing. So And that's where it lies with the Knicks. So, and again, that's why with the Knicks, that's what you look for with the young players. You know, you're not really looking for guys to come in and be key. Well, you're not looking for them to be major players, but you're looking for them to play a role in to help
And
out
have a
when
good
necessary. Yes. And then this way, guys like, if you trade Kolek, I've even heard talking about Deuce McBride. I'm like, but if you get you if you need him to get you the asset you need, then you got to do what you got to do, and you got to have guys to replace him. So both teams, New York and Philly, Summer League. Look, I'll say to fans for both teams, don't come out here thinking about, you're going to win the Summer League championship. Man, that's
Just
not
let them
important.
warm up and try to figure things out. These kids, they're kids. They got to figure shit out.
But you want them for depth pieces on your roster. You have your core. Sixers have your core. We have our core. So right now, get you some role players who really, they're 10, 11, and 12 on the bench. That's really what you're looking for with these guys. And then you go from there. So, but hey, there's a lot of basketball fans. They just love basketball. And that's really what it boils down to. So, but right now, I'm going to hit it with the question of the day. I wanted to do that now. So we already did the Summer League, get the football out of the way, and then we'll come into, oh man, what did I just do? Okay, yeah. Okay, so, question of the day. Now, y'all know me. I usually get some really deep questions out there. This one is deep, but it's sports related now for a change. So the question of the day, do you think true sports greatness is born out of natural talent, or is it 100% mental toughness and obsession? What do you think, Hakon?
I gotta go with mental toughness, because there's some guys that can just take an ass whooping, and people are not thinking they're as good, but actually show up to play. And that's in any sport: baseball, basketball, football. But as I would say, it's the mental toughness. Because you got to deal with a lot of shit in sports. Especially now, you got to deal with the media. You got to deal with other players. You got you might get a opposite guy on a different team trying to get in your head, and you have to have that mental toughness to fucking deal with that. So I gotta go with that.
Well,
but I mean, you gotta. I mean, you can be the great one. You can be the great one, but they had to deal with the mental toughness too.
But that's where I was going, because when I think of greatness, I think of guys like
the greatest player out there.
Think about LT
Jordan or Wayne Gretzky or freaking anybody. Mental toughness, because guess what? They are people out there calling their moms all sorts of names. They are just somebody's trying to get in those players' heads.
Here's the thing, and why I say it's everything. It's not either or, it's all of it. Because Michael Jordan had natural talent. There's no denying it. You could look at him. Talent. But the greatest mental toughness that I think of when I think about him is that time when he played, I think it was Utah, and he was sick. He had the flu. And he went out there and
wasn't his temperature like 105 or something?
Yes, something like that.
It was a crazy number. He should be in the hospital. He should not be playing. He is playing. And I believe his dad just died.
No, that was after. I think that was after. I think that was after.
It was at the same time or something.
Yeah. So and that's the thing, I mean, Kobe. Remember when Kobe he hurt his Achilles, and
Yep.
he got fouled and he went and played. Yep.
He played through a torn Achilles.
I think about LT. I remember the Saints game where LT played with such great pain. They had to put a harness on his shoulder,
Yep.
and he was still out there balling. Reggie White was another one that was out there. They have the talent, but their mental.
Remember Emmett Smith? They just wrapped his arm.
Yep.
He said, just handed me the fucking ball, and he ran for what, another 200 yards, I think?
Yeah. Yes.
With a freaking arm that's in a sling.
And that's
it was dislocated.
They have the talent, they have the mental fortitude, the mental toughness, they have the obsession to be great.
Yep.
So to me, greatness encompasses all of it. It really does. Because you gotta want it. I've seen so many guys who are talented who are they just rely on their talent. They get lazy. But no, when you're great, when you want to be great, you go out there and you put it all on the line. And like you said, you got to deal with the people playing mind games with you. But you still go out there and you produce and you do what you got to do. You don't rely just on your talent. You rely on your mind. Because that's what I always say. Sports is like chess to me. Yes, I use the mindset. But
that's what I say too. I'm with you 100% on that. But it's a chess game, and all sports is all a chess game.
Yes, but then you also have to know that what, I got the physical talent, I got the physical ability. Now, if I can use my ability to mess with the opposition's head, that goes even further. Now where am I at? Where's he at? Where's he at on the field? What is he going to do? And look, guys talking to you, and then they talk with you, getting into your head and getting you scared, and then Larry Bird, one of the greatest shooters, and he tell you, I'm gonna go right over here and I'm gonna shoot it, I'm gonna bank it off the backboard, and it's gonna go in, and you can't do anything about it. And what does he do? He goes out there and follows through. He talks the talk, he walks the walk.
LT, Reggie White. Reggie White say, "God bless you," because here I come. And he just take a man that weighs 350 with one arm and throws him. LT like, listen, I'm gonna come right between the both of yous, and your ass is mine. And he say just like that.
And he tell you, I'm coming through you. I'm gonna whoop your ass, and I'm gonna get to the quarterback, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
I said, I'm going through both you guys. Yes. It ain't even just one. I want both yous. I'm going to take on two guys at once. I'm not going around yous. I'm coming through you.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. You're going to talk your shit. And there he goes, right through him. Like, yo, you guys just let him go. They're like, no, we didn't let him go. He manhandled us.
Exactly. So that to me is a sign of greatness. And when you watch your sports teams, don't just look at the physical skills and the gifts. See how they mentally think the game. So that's the beauty of sports for me. When I watch sports, I like watching not just what you're doing on the field, but how do you set things up? So do you set things up where in the first quarter or first half, you're doing something that sets up something in the second half or the second period or whatever, that you're like, you can tell that the opposition is frustrated or they're scared. They're literally standing in their own piss because I can't stop them. So, I mean, look,
you gotta do whatever you want, but you just can't stop what's about
I used to love watching
baseball. Everybody don't understand it, but this is why it's always a chess game. Like, let's go with baseball for a minute. The pitcher is trying to get into the batter's head. The batter is trying to get into the pitcher's head. And that's why I said, this time clock thing where they got to get the ball out and all. It is, you're hurting the mindset the mind fuck that they're both trying to do. Because it takes too long. Because the game takes too long. Because they're trying to get in each other's heads. Even it happened in baseball for
so
100 years, over 100 years. You know what I mean? Like, but it happens in all sports, even in basketball, baseball, football, hockey. You know, Wayne Gretzky used to sit and lean on the freaking thing and say he watched a play develop. And he would just sit there, be talking to the guys. He goes, yo, give me 1 minute. I gotta go score it right here. Take off and say, all right, I saw it set up. Bam. Pucks in another. Like, yo, what did you see? You didn't see that? Gave me enough to know. Here I am. I'm going to go score real quick.
You know,
Wayne Gretzky said to himself, he goes, just watch the play to develop. And people get in each other's heads, but that's how you know when you're great. When you're great, you can sit back and watch it develop and then, feed on it.
Another great one that I loved watching when they were younger, and I mean, I know she just came back, is Serena Williams. You know, if you ever watch tennis and you watch how she drives herself and she pushes herself, how she sets up certain plays where she's attacking one part of the court, and then she's going to the other end, and now she's making the opposition run from sideline to sideline, and then sometimes she comes with a nice little chip lob, and you can see how they're frustrated because they're expecting her to hit nothing but power. And now she comes. It's like
puts it over the net.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like that's what's so great. There's talent. You see it.
Yep.
Yes, and I love the talent. I love seeing the execution with the talent. But now when you add the mind into it, that's why you encompass everything. So in the obsession, Kobe was obsessed, man. He was obsessed with being great, man. To me, he probably was the most obsessed. Some people say Jordan, but Kobe was just he was the beast, man. He was the beast.
I used to who I used to love watching. And you don't get, for some other reason, he don't get enough credit for playing both games. Is Bo Jackson. They give it to Deion Sanders. Bo Jackson did shit that Deion Sanders wish he could do.
Oh hell yes! On the baseball field, yes.
And like this is what boggles my mind. Everybody gives it to Deion Sanders, but Deion Sanders, was he a great athlete? Can he play both games? Yes. So did Bo Jackson, but I think Bo Jackson did it better.
Yeah, Bo was a better hitter overall, and
the dude smashed the bat over his leg. The man ran up the wall, down the wall. Yeah. That's never going to be done ever again.
No.
I mean, I don't know why they keep on giving it to Deion Sanders. Was he great? Yes. He wasn't. I'm not knocking Deion Sanders.
Most people that I know, when we talk about it, we all say it's Bo because the commercial. Bo knows
everything. Bo dude, come on,
that was a perfect commercial for him.
That was the best commercial.
Yes.
I mean, look at what Bo Jackson did in his rookie combine.
Yes.
Remember that, Coach? He said, "Open up the doors."
Yes.
Open up the doors. Why? Because I'm running through and I'm not coming back.
Oh no, Deion did. Yeah, Deion did that. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So
Deion did that too. Bo did it. I'm like,
yeah. Deion was faster than Bo. That's the one thing I will say.
Deion was faster than Bo.
Yes. But Bo just had power, speed.
But look at Bo Jackson. They made a video game that you could not tackle that dude because he couldn't be tackled.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, you're right.
They made a video game that you couldn't tackle Bo Jackson because you couldn't. Listen, his career was shortened because he wouldn't go down. He took both legs and popped them out of his hips. That's what fucked Bo up. He didn't want to quit. He didn't know how to quit. He no, I'm gonna run.
The greatest football player I still remember when it comes to Bo Jackson was when Brian Bosworth, and
Yes.
he drove him 5 yards straight into the end zone. And
Yes.
Bosworth was supposed to be the beast, and next thing you know,
Yes.
you see Bo Jackson just manhandling him.
He
And it,
whopped him so hard. Remember they made a they gave Boz a movie. They gave Boz like all these commercials. Right? They made Boz like Boz is gonna be the biggest guy ever, the baddest. And then one day, here's Bo Jackson, and he just made him his bitch. He just hit him so hard. They two flew. And they're like, all the commercials were like, we would try to make him the beast of the East, and he's over here. We gotta take this stuff down. And he never became the same after Bo Jackson whooped on him.
Exactly. So
that was a great game.
Yes, it was, and that's why to me it's just when I see that. I mean, you could talk about his blazing speed when he ran, you know, that long touchdown run. I think it was like 90 something yards.
Yeah,
but nothing tops that when he just manhandled.
Yeah, when he hit him, I was like, oh.
Boz, yes. Boz had the name. He always had neck rolls and the mohawk and the paint face when he was at.
Oh, yeah. He did it all. He painted his face like he was the freaking ultimate warrior. And
yeah, he's going to be the man. And then he comes into the NFL and, nah, man. You know, first of all, we know why.
At the ass. He did a movie. He was fucking. They were like, oh, this is the guy.
Well, I mean,
and one game destroyed his whole life.
We know why, though. I mean, he was all this and that because he was on the juice, man.
Yes,
he was on that juice, and now he was like Tony Mandarich. You know, they were on that roid, but then when you come to the NFL and you getting tested, now you got to show your ability. That's why it's like, you know, the athleticism, the ability, as well as the mental, and that broke him.
And he just got clobbered. I was like, oh, here comes the break.
He disappeared after that, and like you said, he went to movies. He's like, nah.
Yeah, he lost everything. Even his football career went down the drain. Like, yo, you can wait him. You don't be scared of him because he's easy to take down.
You be scared. You guys see Jack Lambert play. He was scary. Oh yeah, Jack Lambert was different era. Well, first of all, Jack Lambert was a skinny ass linebacker, but he was just mean. He was tough. He's the type of guy that, you know what, in a bar fight, yeah, he's the one you want.
Yo, can you be on my side?
Yes, exactly. You ain't looking at him saying, oh, he's skinny, no teeth, and you know he has that scary face. Yeah. Jack Lambert was back in the 70s. Oh, I know about them Steelers back in the days. My dad's a Steelers fan, so I knew all about it. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about baseball. And first one I'm going to talk about the Yankees. And the Yankees have been going through so much right now, up and down, up and down. Yes, they're tops in the American, but they're in second place behind Tampa Bay. But, you know, the question right now they're talking about reevaluating Aaron Judge after the All-Star break.
Wow.
Yes. And I know the All-Star is the next week or two?
Yeah.
And he's already been out. He's already been out over a month.
I think it's Monday.
Yeah. So, and Judge has been out already a month, and they said 4 to 5 weeks to be reevaluated. Because when I first saw that, you know, everybody, he'll be back in 5. I said, no, it says reevaluate. So they're just going to look at him. Then he could be out even longer. And right now, the way the Yankees are, they have no offense. They're very limited. Yes, they scored a couple of runs the last couple of games, but they've been shut out quite a few times. So, right now, I'm concerned because he has a fractured rib. So I get it. That affects your the torque and your twist, when you're hitting. So, he's gonna have to build that back up. Right now, I don't think he's gonna be back until sometime in mid-August. I think he's gonna be out that long. So um and that's gonna hurt New York. I think we lost halftime. But he'll be back. It's gonna hurt New York. And now look, the American League is nothing to write home about. Um, so the Yankees will be fine, but right now, without Aaron Judge, they are not a championship contending baseball team. I'm sorry, they're not. You can say they are because of where they are in the standings, and I think they'll be competing all the way down, but they have a lot of problems on their roster right now. They need more hitting. They need bullpen. Halftime and I were talking about that. They need bullpen help. And for the Yankees, Aaron Judge pretty much is everything. They've been having a lot of injuries. Stanton has been out. Grisham was out. Jazz Chisholm was just out said Aaron Judge. Now that's your perception and that's what you believe. Okay, but tell me where you are. Charles, appreciate you. Hope you're doing well.
If you
So,
have proof of that,
yeah, I'd love to see it.
everybody wants to see that one. Because
Yeah,
then,
but
if he cheated, they would bury him.
exactly.
They would bury him. Listen, one of the best hitters of all time is buried. They buried him over sports betting. He never cheated in a game in his life. Sports betting when he was a coach, and all he did when he was a coach is, my team is going to beat your team's ass. It is rough on sports.
Well, like I said, we can agree to disagree. Lively dialogue, chat conversation. No, exactly. That's the thing that we love about this. You guys, look, we can agree to disagree. You're entitled to your opinion.
Right.
We're not going to, say, be derogatory and demeaning. Look, and then we agree to disagree. Look,
Or man, you are allowed to have your opinion.
So, I mean, look. Okay, I'll say this about betting, which is you see in the NBA right now, because it opens up the door to some nefarious type of situations and other types of things. Whether it's drugs or whether it's betting, you can't have either in the game. Period.
Right.
Case closed. I don't care what it is. So should Pete Rose be in the game? We can always make that argument for and argument against. He didn't influence the game, but he still did bet on the game. So, and that's the thing.
When he betted for his team. He didn't bet against his team. Means he wasn't shaving points.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the only way you can look at it that you could say is the positive. He's not trying to shave points. There are referees in basketball that have been caught for shaving points. I think that's only in college, right?
No. It was in the NBA. It was the NBA. It was in the NBA.
But there's coaches in college. Referees in college that shave points.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, no, you had the kid at TCU, at Texas Tech right now, who, because he bet, and look, he's not getting an opportunity. So, I feel McGuire that when he played. Look, we can
McGuire?
argue, and
Is that what
yeah,
you
I think
mean,
that's what he's
McGuire?
talking about, McGuire. I think that
McGuire cheated. That's
we
facts.
we can say we think such and such is our opinion. Yes, we don't know for a fact. It's just our opinion. So, and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of having the opinions and having discussions like this, because you know what, we may end up changing because you know what,
Yep.
we see something that you know what, we're wrong. I ain't got no problem saying it when I'm wrong. So, after 1990, they outlawed betting. Betting in baseball is illegal, when like it or not. But Pete should be in since he passed. So, yeah, no, we know what you meant, McGuire.
Yeah, you meant Mark McGuire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
Mark McGuire got caught doing steroids. Listen, Barry Bonds. I think Barry Bonds should do it, but when he got caught for steroids, he was doing steroids to get back onto the field, and that's what the doctors gave him. But that's what I mean when I say baseball has the highest drug thing, where you can't get away with the sniffles.
Mm-hmm.
In baseball. Football, yes. Basketball, yes. Hockey, yes.
Yeah,
But,
all of them. So,
but in baseball, the drug testing is through the roof.
mm-hmm.
Sosa with the loaded bat, he can lie and say he didn't mean that. You know
I will say this. Here's the thing that, you know, and we talk about this one is cheating during this time frame. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I strongly believe this. No proof. It's just my opinion. I think everybody during that time frame was doing it. They're just the most notable, but there were pitchers who, you know, and I've heard the stories. You know, look,
Come on, you got pitchers. They got friggin' pine
exactly
on their head, and you're like,
Yes.
yo, wait a minute, look, see this dark spot right here? That is bringing pine, and they wipe it off.
Look,
You know what I mean? That's cheating when you're trying to get a grip. Yes, when you're doing
thumbnails onto the field, and
yes,
you have freezer checking on
because you want more description on the ball, and you're sanding your hand down.
They did it. That's why I say, you know what? Put them all in. You want to say put an asterisk? Everyone during that time frame that you really think so, fine. You know, and let people make their own decisions.
A lot of pitchers done. A lot of you want to know probably the most people that cheat the most are pitchers in baseball.
Mike, we know that. We know that. But, you know, the thing is, when you do get a prescription from a doctor, that's the whole point. You still have to go. You still have to go through the major league to let them know.
A process, Mike.
Yeah.
You got to go to the Major League Baseball and say, hey, I got a prescription from my doctor.
Mm-hmm.
They go to their doctor and say, hey, does this guy have to have this certain prescription? And he can say yes or no. And they go by that. Look. So if there's a steroid in it, can you have one that don't have a steroid in it, or something of that effect that would seem like it's a steroid, then that's what would have to occur.
Athletes cheat. Not just one particular sport, not just baseball, not just basketball, not just football, not just
dude. Listen, you get underneath the pile, somebody's bending a finger, breaking somebody's finger.
So look,
somebody's punching somebody in the side. I mean, there's cheating in all sports.
Again, you get hurt in all sports, and steroids medically, as long as you have a doctor's prescription and it goes through the process, every league will say, no, he's medically cleared and it's fine. It's not giving him an advantage. If it's just helping you heal, different story. But if it's giving you a medical advantage, that's where the issues lie. And that's where I know for a fact.
You an advantage. That's why baseball players, the pitcher, if you see them taking pine tar and putting on their head. Oh,
okay. You're saying HEH is not prescribed. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. you're saying in one regard, it's not prescribed by a doctor. Okay. The HGH. I understand
Uh,
what you're saying. Steroid, yes. HGH. And so you know what? Sometimes you have to differentiate, Mike, because we have a tendency as people just put everything all in together. But
yes,
like you say, you're separating
you're
HGH versus
separating the.
steroid. That's cool. So, but the next topic we want to talk about, as we start to close down. Now, halftime, I know you said no, he's out. He's out after the season. And I actually found an article that talks about him saying he'd love to come back as the manager.
I hope
And
he does. I hope he does.
just had it.
I think he's going to be. I don't think. I think he's going to be out. I think they'll go for the coach from the Red Sox.
And here's the article. Come on, open up. Here it is. Sorry, I should have said it. This is on Ring the Bell, which is a Phillies. It's not associated, but Todd Zola wrote amid research, Emmanuel welcomes the idea of staying on as Phillies managers. The Phillies have been the second best team in baseball since Don Mattingly became interim manager April 28th. Perhaps they will remove the interim tab. Perhaps he will manage next year. Mattingly would welcome the opportunity. He told ESPN Busters Only before Wednesday's game that he will return next year as a manager if Phillies president Don Dombrowski offered him the job. He reiterated, I like doing it. I didn't come here to do it, but I actually like doing it. I committed to 2 years, right? And in my mind, I told Dave, I got 2 years, right? So at that point, you make a commitment with your family and what's going on with everything that you're going to do for this 2 years. So if that's something that Dave wanted me to do, then I'm fine with it. So there is that possibility. There is. Oops, sorry.
Yeah,
there is that
don't
possibility.
get me wrong. He's a good coach. He was a
Mm-hmm.
good player back in the day. He's a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
He plays. He has them actually doing some small ball stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I like him. But I think they're going to go with the Red Sox manager. So I mean, that's my thinking. What they're going to do doesn't mean they're going to do it.
Okay. Mike says Alex Cora already said he won't return to coach any team. He wants to spend time with his family. They may bring Don back for next year, just for 1 year. Okay. I mean, that's it. And I get it. That's what this article is basically saying. So, to me, it's, if he's
He's throwing it up in the air. Hey, I want to be here. He's saying the right stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's he supposed to say, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Is he supposed to say, hell no, I don't want to manage his team?
Mm-hmm.
Is he really supposed to say that? Like, you think people are going to, he's going to say, no, I don't want to manage the Philadelphia Phillies?
Mm-hmm. Mike says
No, don't pay me all that money.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So
you know what I mean?
Not the manager.
Pay me all that money to manage the Phillies. Because what's going to happen if he takes the manager position? He's getting paid.
I will say this, okay?
It's all about the money. How much money you got to pay?
You go to the World Series, it's going to be hard for him not to walk away, because now he's going to say, "I'm one step closer," and just a few tweaks, and next year
he gets into the playoffs with this team. Coach, it's going to be hard for him to walk away, but it's also going to be hard for the Phillies and Dombrowski to let him walk.
So you think it's the playoffs? That's why I was saying, if you make it to the World Series,
I even say playoffs. If he takes this team to the playoffs, it's going to be hard for him to friggin' say it's going
he was talking about. What's up, Jason? Thanks for tapping in, man. Appreciate you. Another great content creator on the hardcore sports. Check out him and his brothers on stream. He's need bullpen help too.
The Phillies are not making a move. We don't have nothing to trade. The only thing we had to trade is Turner, and nobody's going to want him because his contract's too much money. Even you guys that need a shortstop, ain't going to fork out the money.
I know there's one in the farm system. I just read about that they were talking about bringing up. He just needs a little bit more development because it sounds like they've given up on Volpe as the shortstop. So right. I don't know. So,
but I mean, that's why I said Turner to the Yankees.
They can't replace too many arms in the bullpen. They're just going to have to make some of these guys work.
The problem is you can't listen. That's like saying, hey, halftime, go out there and fucking pitch. If you can't, you don't have it, you don't have it.
He said, I can go to more, but I don't have 2 weeks. All right, Mike. I feel you, bro. I feel you. But Dandy Don, I will say this. For those of you who don't know, he's my all-time favorite Yankee. I'm telling you that now. Hands down. I know. I go back to look. I even saw Reggie Jackson play, so that's how far back it was. Don Mattingly, Dave Winfield were two of my favorite Yankees going back in the time.
Don Mattingly was a good third baseman.
I'm sorry,
third baseman.
Who?
Don Mattingly, right?
No, he was first.
Oh, I thought he played third for you.
No, he played first base.
He did play third, too, right?
No, he didn't. He only played first base when he was coming up, maybe they moved him around, but when he was on the big leagues, he was the first baseman, and he always, for the most part, hit in the fourth spot. Different time, different era, but and now he was always hurt. That was the other thing. Because he wasn't on the 90s. He ended in 95. But if he could have stuck around that 1 year, he would have gotten his ring, because I think that's what hurts him for not getting into the Hall of Fame. Because that's the one thing I hear, that the reason why is because he was hurt, and if he had a ring, he would probably be in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, he's an all-time great as a Yankee for me. He's my favorite all-time, hands down. So, but that's me. I'm biased.
He was a good player.
Yeah. So. But yeah,
I can't say he's not.
Nah, there's
He was
some
a good
who.
one. He was dangerous,
Yeah, he was, and
but he knows how to play small ball. He grew up
yes, he
playing small
does.
ball.
Yes, he does. He
And
knows.
now, if you watch the Phillies, there's a lot of small ball going on.
Fundamentally sound. That's Don Mattingly. It's always
But
been what he's been.
but like these this team just sucks. Our bullpen's so terrible.
Same
We
with the
gave up
Yankees.
11 fucking runs to
Same with the
Detroit.
Yankees. Same with the Yankees. You sound like you're talking about the Yankees.
Man,
So, Carlton, you ever heard you can't get blood from a stone?
man.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. So, all right. We're gonna go ahead. Oops, sorry. Hold on. What did I do? Hit the wrong button.
Coach wants to be big today.
Nah, I hit the wrong button.
We're
Here we
going
go.
big today.
No. It's not about me. So,
Coach wants to be big today.
all right. So now we're gonna work on before we get ready to get out of here. Just a little hockey, some news that I saw. Touched with halftime. Just it's the free agent tracker. Like you said, there's really not much, but he did talk about. You talked about earlier with Mitch.
Yep.
Whatchamacallit, match the offer. So
Dogs match the offer, which it actually hurts them. So yes, he's the highest paid guy. It hurts the Ducks, and
how does it hurt?
really it hurts the Flyers. This is a big blow for the Flyers. They need a center.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you. So I mean, right now it's showing that
fucking face off.
You guys signed a Curry to 2 years, Grunstone to 1 year, Ashton, Reese, Deneen, Kilmovich, Studenic each signed contracts with the Flyers. So now explain to me what is Group 2, Group 3, Group 6 in terms of free agency.
I don't know that whole thing is because it's something starting new that they were doing. Like it wasn't like back in the 80s and all.
I can research it. It's not a big issue. I can research it. I'll find out. So, but you see right here, those are, the I guess restricted. Now restricted, I understand. It's like you have the right of first refusal.
Right.
Kind of just like what they just went through. So, but like you said, you need a center to help you guys, and then you have the unrestricted. So Grunstrom, you just re-signed. Jolson signed with Colorado. Peterson signed with the Kings. Anthony Richards signed with a team in Switzerland, I guess. Okay. All right. So
yeah, it means he's not going to be. The NHL didn't want him, so they go down in.
But now, isn't there the I guess the minor leagues? All right, never mind. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about the minor leagues.
Right.
But when you say go down, so I guess
that's when I say the NHL don't want them, that means the minor leagues don't want them either. They'll go overseas and play in Switzerland or Russia. Yeah,
I got you. It's just the opportunity to continue to play. So
right.
So all right. So, but there you have it in terms of free agents for the Flyers. Just quickly,
but they can still make a trade. They can still make a trade. They need a center
back. The Rangers, you got Workstrin signed for 1 year. Vlano signed for 1 year. DeGrazio signed for 2. Cholowski signed for 2 years. Golden for 2, and Trudeau signed for 1. I guess they have the restricted. They have 1, 2, 3 Trudeau just signed, so they have 2 still restricted, and then they're unrestricted. I guess the unrestricted group 3 means they're signed that way. Yeah,
they can match offers.
Yeah, they were signed with Washington, Florida,
Some of them
Vancouver.
were
Okay.
locked down where you can't try to steal them away.
Islanders got 4 guys that they signed to 1-year contract: Masili, Vanek, Kessel, Chaffee, and then the Devils. They have quite a few. They have 6 guys who signed for 1 year and 3 who signed for 2 years. So,
I heard
you know,
the Flyers were trying to make a deal with Boston.
oh really? Timberwolves and Nuggets. No, that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I heard it went down. See, this is why I go to you, because right now it said
I'm
I heard it was
yeah.
only down to the
This was written yesterday. James' decision through trades with, for example, Bobby Marks is saying the same thing. The same teams, and he just wrote this yesterday.
okay. So he didn't wait.
No,
I heard what I saw was just probably bullshit.
Yeah, I mean Bobby Marks. I trust Bobby Marks. He's usually accurate. He's in a. There's certain ones.
I thought it
Shams,
was
Bobby
his
Marks,
agent that said it went down to the Heat
and the Sixers. I
and the
didn't know that.
Sixers. I thought it was his agent that said it, but I could be wrong.
Oh, Rich Paul with the whiteboard. No, that he's just
No,
that
no,
I
no,
when,
no. After the whiteboard, stupid shit.
Oh, okay.
I didn't pay attention to the whiteboard thing.
Okay. What's up, Nick?
What's up, Nick?
How you doing, bro? Appreciate you. So we are so back.
But I thought it was his. I thought they had him on on a radio station or something. And they had him on, and he said that it's right down to the Heat and the Sixers.
Yeah, I didn't hear. Trust me,
but if it's him, I'm gonna call him because Maxey has the same agent. And they were talking about because Maxey has the same agent. He came on there and said, "Well, it's between the Heat and the Sixers."
No, I think everyone. Cleveland is still going to be in play. So yeah, I don't. Nothing has been said and as of right now. So so we're getting no. You know what? Just because you said that, Nick, no, he's going to the Knicks. And he's going to sign for the Knicks for $1. For $1.
$1.
There you go. He's going to sign for $1.
$1.
So he can win another championship. So no. For me personally, I'm going to be honest. I do think he's going to be. I think he's going to Cleveland. That's me. I just got that feeling.
I got the same feeling. That's why I remember when I texted you what you got your feeling on, because I got my feeling is he's going back to Cleveland.
Yeah,
but if the Sixers want the best chance to win a chip now, I think it has to have LeBron James here.
All right, Cabras. We'll see. He's
never gonna play with New York.
He signed with New York for $1. You trust and believe. First of all.
He does it for $1. We can have him examined.
No, I don't. I think there's certain certain things within the CBA. I don't think he could sign for that much. So yeah, he
has a certain amount that he got to sign.
Yeah, there's a vet minimum that he can sign.
There's a vet minimum. I think it's like $3 million or $3.
No, it's like I think it's like. Hold on.
Do I think in
the NBA, what is the vet minimum a player can sign a contract for?
I don't think we need LeBron James to win the chip. I think right now the team as it is, I think we'll advance past the second round. But if LeBron James here, it's all in or bust. That's all.
That's where you were right.
James here, it's all in or bust.
And 10 or more years, it's like 3.6 as a vet minimum. Rookies are like 1.3. That's where I mixed it up. So there you have it. So if he signs, it's going to be around that $3 million range that you were talking about. So whoever it is, whether it's the Sixers,
right?
But teams are also look. Here's the thing. Cleveland, I think, opened up money so they can pay him more. So. With Harden being free, I'm still trying to figure out how Mitchell's new contract plays into that. So we'll see. Maybe LeBron will play for the Celtics because they made a bad trade and they need him. I don't think he will. No, I don't think he's going to play.
It's tougher I think it's tougher in the West than the East.
No, I disagree. Disagree.
Coach says no.
Look, our division alone is the toughest division in all of the NBA. Yeah. It's not easy. Everybody thinks, because of San Antonio and OKC.
Easy this year, damn it.
We need a backup center. Look, LeBron James, and that's the other thing. I mean, does he want to play small forward or does he want to play power forward?
Right.
So, I mean, again, he could play either or. It doesn't matter. So he's strong enough. So, but
I don't think he's coming to the Sixers. Would I like to see it? Yeah.
Not me. Not me.
I would
I
like
want
to
to
see
see it.
it, but that's why I like to see it. I was
Look,
like,
look, 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 look,
Rumble, damn it.
look. If you know me, you know, load it up. I always say I love competition. I don't run from competition. All jokes aside, if you get LeBron James, that's even better, because when the Knicks beat you, you know, I don't want to hear nobody say anything, because the champ is here. All right, just know that the champ is here. There's nothing anybody can say because the champ is here, and just for the fun of it, here we go. So, Knicks in 5.
Oh, stop it.
Who's my team? I'm a Knicks. I'm a New York. I'm Giants. I'm Knicks. I'm Yankees. Rutgers. You know. So if you know me, you follow me, you'll see me talk about Liberty, who just lost today. Yeah, I got my Knicks on. I got, you know, look, the last time they won before this one, I was 6 years old. So, but yeah, and I haven't done it in a while. So, let me show it off. Let me bring out the dynasty. Let the champ be here. The champ is here. Got the championship rings. So
there you go.
No, it's not because I'm a Yankees fan that I don't think he cheat. I mean, if you cheat, you cheat. Look, Andy Pettit, Roger Clemens. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I'm never one. That's the one thing about me. I'm honest. I'm fair. You know, you cheat, you cheat. I'm a competitive type of a person, so I want you to be at your best. I want to be at my best, and that's it. How many points a game would LeBron average for you guys? Maybe three or four.
3 or 4 points. Yeah, there you go. 3 or 4 points.
Nah, seriously though, all jokes aside,
it gives everybody. If you get LeBron James here, Maxey don't have to play 40. LeBron, you're not going to get a lot of games out of Embiid. So Embiid, what? Embiid probably do 50 games this year.
Yeah.
So.
Cabron, no, that's actually one of my coaching rings from my championship as a coach. That's why it's a dynasty ring, because it was a dynasty for a 3-year period. In all my years between playing and coaching, I consider myself a winner. And yeah, I'm confident, a little bit arrogant, but I've only had 7 losing seasons since 1981. So you do the math. I'm a winner. So you're being generous. If Embiid plays 50 games, he's played under 30 in the last 2 seasons.
No, he played. Didn't he play 40 games last year?
Yeah. What you call it? Mitch said he plays 50 something. I thought so.
I think he played 43 games last year. I'm giving him a little bit because I think, and that's another thing. That's why I want LeBron James here. It's only to friggin' show Embiid. He will push Embiid to get on the court. He will push Embiid to be better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because now he has people like LeBron ain't gonna let Embiid slack. He's gonna be like, yo, motherfucker, get on the court. That's what he's gonna do. He's not gonna deal with the stupid shit from Embiid.
What's up, LeBron? I won't be a Sixers fan until he leaves. I know, bro. He violates everything in sports. I know how much you don't like him. So, halftime B isn't getting any better. That's the thing.
He will be better. He will be better, guaranteed, if LeBron James is here.
LeBron's, yes, it's not good for the Knicks, but it's also not bad. Because, look, you can make arguments. I really didn't like the Drummond signing, but offensively, he's much better than Mitchell Robinson. He's not good defensively. Mitchell Robinson is a liability, especially at the free throw line. So, again, every player, you have your good things, good situations, and your bad. So, there's no turning back the clock on Embiid. Well, I somebody has that magic fountain of youth juice, so you don't get worried about Embiid this year. LeBron constantly sits out games and is the biggest diva in sports. You guys talk about him in a way that is completely disconnected from reality. Okay. And I'm just gonna sit back and watch the shit go down and watch the
Yeah.
rap. Look,
He's
bro.
coming
I'm
here.
not Lou, you know I'm not a Sixers fan. What does my son say? So,
Lou, you
look, the
know he's
shit go
not
down.
coming
The
here. And we
shit
all
go
said he's
down.
going to the Celtics.
And B can be MVP again. If we sign Bugs Bunny, hopefully he brings secret stuff.
Yeah, shut
All
me up.
right. Halftime. What do you got? Are you streaming the Phillies game tonight?
Yeah, I am streaming the Phillies game.
Okay, what time is that one?
And that is 6:10.
All right. What about tomorrow?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, so
I'm gonna try. I don't know. I know I can listen. I got to deal with Mrs. Halftime and the kids. I don't know what I'm doing. I never know my plans.
Nah, I get you, bro. I get you.
We're a fly-by-night family.
So,
I don't make
coach
plans.
impressed you besides just a doer. Diawara did not impress me the first game. He didn't play a great game. Nickel did, because he hit 6 3-pointers. He was 60% on 3-pointers, 6 for 10 overall. I mean, from 3, 6 for 11 overall. So he impressed me. Dadier was okay. He got 20 points, but a lot of his points was at the rim. So some people loved him, but me, it's like, if it ups his trade value, great. But again, Nickel, the kid we got from Vanderbilt, we talked about it earlier.
They sure did. And you know what? Here you go. What's that? What is that goddamn actor's fucking name that I hate? Will Ferrell. Fuck that guy. That guy's a friggin' douchehead.
Uh-oh.
That jerk off with the playing Detroit. That jerk off goes, see, I'm the good luck for Detroit. You know what? Go pound sand. That fucking guy's just a jerk off. What a jerk off. I mean, this guy, they're beating the Phillies 11-2 or 11-1. I can't even remember it in here. This guy comes on and goes, because he went to the game and he's in the freaking booth, goes, I'm the good luck for Detroit. Yeah, fuck off, fucker. Will Ferrell sucks ass. He really does. Chats my ass where everybody likes that guy as an actor. You know what? Yeah, he sucks. He really does.
All right, you said you're done. Okay.
He can go pound.
How many times a day do you think that says friggin'? Probably 100 times a day. So there you have it. So, all right. So halftime is going to be streaming tonight. The Phillies game. Make sure you guys tap in. Tune in tomorrow on the Hardcore Sports Network. If you come back and rewatch this, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like on Halftime's channel, Coach Ed Sports, the Hardcore Sports Network, the Aboriginal Sports Network. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for always rocking with us.
Go check out Mrs. Halftime's channel. She just put something new out there about her cancer and all. And it's actually a pretty good, cool one. Go on to Mrs. Halftime's channel and check her out.
Do you have the link to the channel that we could put in the chat?
I don't have the link.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Mrs. Halftime has a channel. Just go on to Mrs. Halftime YouTube.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. That's what I'm looking for.
She had a good video. Guys, go check that out.
See if I can get it. If she's Mrs. so she's going to do another one. Keep fighting, Mrs. Halftime. We got your back. You know that. So make sure y'all, follow her. Go ahead, follow her. So I put it in there for you guys. So no excuses. So take the family to Chalice. I hope I said it right. Such good news. So you guys are great, phenomenal. So
thank you guys all for the support.
But we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. So again, halftime is later today. You know me with my routines. I'm definitely gonna be doing reading Attack on Monday. Got some things I got to get off my chest. Tuesday got the W. Wednesday got basketball with the pick and roll, as well as with my brother with Heart of the City. So we got a lot of stuff. Yankees have drafted Hunter D's pitcher with the 31st pick. Okay. So thank you, Victor, for that update, man. Appreciate it. So
thanks for the update.
But with that, we're ready to get up out of here, man. Everybody have a great Saturday. Enjoy the weather. Stay cool. Be with family. Enjoy your time. Coach, do you do WNBA? Yeah, I do WNBA. I have a show Tuesday night. Courtside View in the W with me, Leaf, and the Man Cave. We sit down, talk WNBA. We also stream games, Liberty games for the most part. So
those women are physical, ain't they, Coach? Those women basketball ones are physical, ain't they?
Yeah, they're physical. Yeah, they get at it.
I mean, I love the freaking pushing and the attitude.
Yeah. And don't worry, Philly's getting their team in 3 years. I think you got Cleveland, Detroit. It's either Detroit or Cleveland, Detroit, and then Philly. So, but they'll be getting, and that's what we need in the W. So it opens up more opportunity. I love the W. Been following it since day one. So, and I follow all teams, but I'm a Liberty fan, definitely. That's where my biggest passion. But I also love the game. I love the women. They're more fundamentally sound. So, I just love it. Let's do some fine ass women out there. So, woo, yeah, baby. So, definitely Aja Wilson. Yeah, she's one of them. Aaliyah Boston. So, Cameron Brink out in LA. She can put some of that cream in this chocolate right here. That's for sure. So, but yeah, I'm not going to go too far, but yeah, I definitely do follow the W. Love the WNBA. Love the game.
I just see some of the fighting that's going on. I'm like, ooh, yeah, they get physical.
Yeah, they get physical. So, I mean, they're trying to clean it up.
More than the men do. It's like, I mean, they get physical.
Yeah, they get physical. I mean, a lot of it stems from Caitlin Clark, where people want to attack Caitlin, and you have the goods, and I mean, she's a good player. She's not the end all be all, but that's another debate. You want more topics? Tap in Tuesday night with me, Man Cave, and Leaf. We're going to talk courtside in the W. It's going to be on the hardcore, the Aboriginal, as well as my channel. So, I also have my Liberty channel, New York Liberty Courtside with Coach Ed. So, if you want to watch Liberty content, that's where I'm going to be at. So, but with that being said, we're going to get ready to get up out of here. I got things I want to do. Got my granddaughter here, so I want to go chill with her for a minute before her mama come get her. So, but with that being said, everyone be safe. Have a great one, and we'll be back next week. So y'all have a good one. What do you always say before we get out of here halftime?
Catch you guys on a rebound. Peace.
Peace.
Gather round for the halftime chat. Old friends cracking jokes and talking stats. From life's little games to the greatest plays. Love and the stories from the old glory days. With Philly's heart and Coach's cheer, we break it down every moment, dear. Life is a team and we've got the plan. Sports, love, and laughter, that's who we am.